This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity Business Podcast. Today's discussion is best bets for investing. So one of the questions that was asked for me is, what are your best bets for investing? And so I always look at this question sort of in a very jaundiced way. And the reason I say that is, I think the core of investing is to come up with, what is your core plan for investing? My core plan is relatively conservative. It ends up being a mix of two core buckets: treasuries and the S&P 500 index. And then it's a smattering of other things, what we call core and explore, but that are ultimately very small pieces of the overall portfolio. So you look at this and say, what are your best bets for investing? And there's multiple different asset classes. There's public equities, there's private equities, there's real estate that's commercial, residential, and other. There's investing in real estate directly through a small fund, through a public fund. There's investing in stocks, there's investing in indexes. At the end of the day, there's a whole smattering of different ways to invest. There's bond funds, there's investing in individual bonds. So a professional investor would say what you're really looking for is a widely diversified set of stocks and bonds. What I would say is no. I'm going to simplify the heck out of that. I'm going to buy treasuries direct, hold them through Fidelity or Vanguard. I'm going to buy the S&P 500 index fund, basically through Vanguard or Fidelity also. I use the Vanguard one because it's got a very low expense ratio, the VOO. But so I never really think about, what is the best investment now? Now, the flip side to that is I've been fortunate throughout my career to be very close to some things. So at one time in life, I was so close to the surgery center business, surgical hospital business, that I did lots of investing there. Another point in life, I was close to some tech situations, something like that, so invested side by side. But the key was, I never was necessarily a thinker about what's the perfect investment now. I understood it well, and I always invested side by side with very professional investors versus myself. So with surgery centers, I would invest side by side with management companies. With technology companies, I would invest side by side with firms like Andreessen Horowitz. Never sort of was I able to decide, I'm somehow a brilliant decider of what's a good investment now. And I'm also not a decider that in the long run, anything will be a good investment. Thus, for the huge portion of my portfolio, I understand what is my core. My core is this: treasuries and S&P 500s, and then a smattering of some other stuff. So again, I try not to look at what's a great investment now. Every once in a while, because I'm so involved in the world, I'm so involved in other things, I talk to so many people, I'll sort of feel or see, this makes sense to me now. I mean, obviously treasuries, I held treasuries through the pandemic, a ton of them earning like 0%. So as that interest rate has gone up to 4.8% for a treasury investor or a saver, one, I feel like I was very, very disciplined in not getting rid of my treasuries during the pandemic and just holding them, realizing I was going to make almost nothing on them for a few years. And two, I'm thrilled to see those now peak up to 4 or 5%. I mean, that to me is like found money after sitting in it making zero for years. So I love that. Is it a great investment? By no means is it a great investment, but it's a fine investment as a core part of one's portfolio. The S&P index, again, it's up significantly this year, I think 8-9%, but it was down last year. Is it a great investment? No, but it's a core part of my equity portfolio, which is a part of my equity portfolio that's intended to help me keep up with inflation, hopefully beat inflation. But again, the issue of what is your best bet, your best stock to buy now, I couldn't tell you. When I try and buy individual stocks, I'm always, it's always just like really a gamble. Some go up, some go down. But at the end of the day, I can't tell for the life of me whether my individual stocks are doing better than my S&P 500 fund. And I feel like there's much less volatility in my S&P 500 fund. So I lean the huge majority of my investing that way. I hope this is helpful. It certainly doesn't answer the question of what's the best investment now, because I think the real answer is what's your core plan, and sticking to that. Thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity Business Podcast. And thank you for the brilliant question from one of our great listeners. Thank you.